Ah, the holiday season. My favorite time of year. Nothing better than unwrapping a Steam gift card and imagining all the potential games you could be playing in the new year. One game that's been sitting on my wishlist for a while is Maid of Sker. It's pronounced Scare, not Sker or Skier or whatever the fuck. It's Scare, dude. So, Maid of Sker. What is it about? Well, basically there's this island called Sker Island. I see what you did there. Getting onto the horror train early. I like it. On the island there's a fancy hotel designed in some sort of old school colonial British Victorian style called Sker Hotel. Naming things is hard, I totally understand. You are Thomas Evans, who's on a personal mission to save his lover Elizabeth Williams from her father and ultimately the island itself. In order to do that, we must compose a melody for her. Weird premise, I know, but I can't really explain without spoiling the plot too much. Basically what you gotta do is sneak into the hotel, collect special story items, solve some puzzles, and avoid being murdered by these creepy monster dudes known as the Quiet Ones. I found the island and hotel design to be pretty cool, actually. I love the atmosphere and was able to get myself into the horror vibe immediately. It's pretty creepy walking around these empty halls with nothing but the faint sound of, I don't know how else to describe it, aggressive breathing. Like it's an angry breathing. Like a hostile breathing. This is why I don't write novels, ladies and gentlemen. It's the sound of the Quiet Ones I mentioned. They're basically a bunch of blind Rorschachs walking around trying to capture and convert any remaining survivors. That's where the breathing mechanic comes in. As it turns out, Thomas is a bit of a mouth breather with asthma. So whenever these freak shows get too close, he's got to cover his mouth. You also have to be mindful of any dust that gets kicked up or stand too close to a fire. This can cause Thomas to cough and give away his position. This mechanic, however, looks good on paper, but in my experience, it doesn't quite work as you'd expect. Every time you break stealth and are heard by the Quiet Ones, they seem to sprout eyeballs and just make an absolute beeline for you. Like, what the fuck? Oh, you know, they can hear your footsteps, or whatever. Well, they couldn't hear my footsteps 2 friggin' seconds ago. And there isn't really any viable way of getting away from them, unless you scuttle through a vent or make it back to the safe room. I can't even throw objects to make a noise. Like, why isn't that a thing? That should totally be a thing, but it's not. I'm just saying. We should have had a better way of escaping or avoiding them other than just sneak or run far enough ahead and hope that they don't laser in on you. These guys are supposed to be blind, yet they can run through the halls like it's nothing. They don't run into anything or bump on any walls. They can clearly see. Or maybe they just have echolocation like a bat or some shit. I don't know. I guess I'll just sit here in the safe room and wait until they go away. They'll literally stand on the threshold and be like, boy, if you were out here, I'd kick your fucking ass. It actually reminds me of the Resident Evil safe rooms. You know, where Mr. X or Nemesis are like, ah, damn, that's the one place I can't Kool-Aid man my fat ass into. Oh, wait a minute. I almost forgot. The save game mechanic. It's ass. No, I didn't forget. See? It's in the script. Right here. And so is this. And this. And this. And this. And this. And this. And this. There's no checkpoint system or quick save feature. Your only option is to save the game via these rooms. Now I, like a whole lot of other players, know that this is really annoying. Especially in this day and age. I can't tell you how many times I made it a good 30 to 40 minutes of progress, then die, only to shortly after respawn realize that I just wasted all that time because I didn't fucking save. That is just the absolute worst. Especially if the game is really difficult. Or really boring. I feel like I shouldn't, as a player, say, ah, fuck. Now I have to redo all that bullshit again when playing a game. Perhaps this will be a New Year's resolution for all the game devs out there. Quick saves. Add checkpoints. Please. Because we hate losing progress. Remember how annoyed you were when you were playing Alien Isolation and thought, damn it, I didn't save this stupid game at the stupid telephone thing, and now I gotta walk all the way down this tricky hallway with the facehugger and the aliens and everywhere fucking shit. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to stop watching this video and go play Alien Isolation right now. I'm serious. Go. Go. Anyways, I feel like I've gone slightly off topic here, so let's get back to Maid of Sker. Was it scary? Some decently timed jump scares in the beginning, but I don't know how intimidating a bunch of dudes with potato sacks on their heads can be for a few hours of gameplay. And they're kind of just everywhere after a while. They're more of an obstacle than a scare factor. I think if the monsters in the game had a little more variety, that could have really helped the gameplay loop. The only difficulty from this game is increasing the number of these idiots I have to avoid. The stupid ball weapon thing was stupid. It didn't really impact the gameplay that much, and half the time I didn't have the cartridges for it, so it was just junk. It didn't really fucking help me anyways, so whatever. The story was pretty good though. There are alternate endings which I was able to unlock on the same save file, so no point in me replaying the whole game again to see both endings. It's just a matter of collecting certain things. Hashtag spoilers. I probably wouldn't really recommend it to somebody who didn't have some spare change these days, especially in this economy. You can't really afford to play something meh, am I right? It's a one and done kind of playthrough. I feel like this game would have made a better movie than a game. Not sure that's a good thing. I think if there was a little more brutality or action, I would have liked it more. But unfortunately, the main gameplay loop was avoid monsters, solve puzzles, repeat until victory. And I'm pretty sure I could beat this game without covering your mouth. It feels pretty pointless and useless at times. Like, I don't know. I'm not totally convinced the dudes can even hear me when I'm that close by anyway. The game has no way of telling the player that the monster dudes can even hear you until it's too late. Maybe some kind of indicator to let the player know that you're within hearing range. That could have helped. Or if there was a little more feedback from the enemies in some way. Especially since this is such a huge core gameplay element. Anywho, I think I've said enough for now. If Maid of Sker sounds like what you're looking for, then absolutely check it out. For me though, I'll take my chances on the Nostromo. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Fear and 5 from the Morbid Murph YouTube channel. If you've played this game before, let me know what you thought down in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more morbid content. Peace.